Josh, just this, you made a lot. There's been a lot made in this last week about there's still a lot to play for. You come into this West Virginia game. Just what kind of challenges does West Virginia present? And what do you remember from that first game against them?
I think the biggest challenge is their ball pressure. They got a lot of guys that can really disrupt you defensively. And you look back to the first game, and I didn't feel like we were all that connected in Morgantown. And it's certainly it's a hard thing to do when you fly 2 time zones and get somewhere late, and you get off a 4.5-hour plane ride, and you turn around the next day and have to compete. So that's no excuse, but that's the reality of the landscape we compete in the Big 12. So I certainly think we're going to play a heck of a lot more connected here in Salt Lake City and on our home floor, and we're excited to compete with our seniors on senior night.
Kind of on the senior night thing, Caleb, you're going to be one of those 6 guys out there, and there's been a lot. It's been kind of a windy road for you from BYU to Baylor to here and playing football. Yeah. And obviously it's not over, but kind of what are your thoughts about this point and just kind of where that journey's taking you?
I've been grateful for every step. I think about it a lot because it is so different. And I have, so many connections and have been in so many different great spots. But I've just been grateful to be kind of where my feet are now. I'm super grateful to represent this university, whether it's on the football field, basketball field, in here doing media. I'm proud to be a Ute right now. And I'm just excited to finish strong. I want to finish my career and, I've remembered all the different stops in a positive way, and this basketball part of it being one of them. And I want to do it for these guys, too. I think the group we have is incredible, the camaraderie we have, and, yeah.
KD, just when you look at kind of this senior group, what kind of stands out to you about these guys? I mean, I know that's kind of a big, general, broad question because there's, 6 of them, but kind of what stands out to you about these senior leaders?
I really say just their leadership and the positivity that they bring every day. Just the vibe that they bring to the locker room, to the game, to the weight room every day. It just makes it fun to come in and do something that a lot of people get tired of doing the same thing over and over every single day. But when you're around a group of guys like this and you have the 5 or 6 leaders as your anchor to keep you going no matter what, it just makes it fun.
And for you, you've seen more playing time and more opportunities kind of as this season's gone on. Just where you're at in your career, you're almost here at the end of your 2nd season. Kind of how would you self-assess how things are going?
I say right now, obviously, it's good, but it's only going to get better. And I think, you said, from the beginning of the season to now, playing different minutes or whatever, and I think that's just really how life goes. And I think the season really just taught me, if you keep going, no matter what it is, I think you'll be all right in the long run.
Momentum's a big thing in almost every single sport, and obviously coming off of a big win over the weekend, how do you guys think that this momentum you have can, propel you through these last 2 games and heading into the Big 12 tournament?
I think it's like a shooter in a slump sometimes. Once you see one go in, you realize, that confidence is there, and the goal starts to look a little bigger. And so confidence is critical in the game of basketball, and I think our guys are playing loose and free, and sometimes I feel like I got to check them to lock them back in. But that's what I want them to do. I want them to enjoy every minute on the way out. And like I told them after the game the other night, this stuff goes fast. It goes crazy fast. And some of my best memories are with my teammates, in college, whether it be junior college or at Kansas State. And so cherish every moment and leave everything out there. And that's what I want them to do, just enjoy these last moments, and hopefully it lasts longer than we expect, and we can make a heck of a run. But right now it's all about West Virginia and celebrating our seniors.
Josh, a lot probably gets made about the physical nature of the Big 12. Obviously, you've had almost 2 decades of knowing this conference. But there's also the mental side to that. I guess just how have you kind of seen this group be able to handle everything that they've done during this first season, whether it was, you know, the losing streaks when they happened, or, you know, the highs. You know, how have they been able to handle that and, you know, throughout the year?
Well, a lot of teams that you can go on, like you look at the first 3 games of the year. You know, we lost the first 3, but it was a tough stretch. I mean, you're going to Baylor, you're going to Houston. Those are hard games, and Texas Tech right in the middle. And I don't think at that point anybody realized how good Texas Tech was. So yeah, I mean, I drew on my experiences, you know, from 2 years ago when we started 0-5 in the league, ended up 7-11 in the conference, and still made the NCAA tournament. And I shared some of those experiences with our guys. I mean, it's a tough league, and you can't let one loss. You got to have a short memory. You got to turn the page real quick. But these guys, you know, some teams will get disconnected and start going their own separate ways. But these guys just kept on, you know, fighting for each other each and every day, and trying to figure that out. So yeah, the league transition is hard. It's really hard on a lot of teams. You see it over and over and over again. But I think they did an absolutely wonderful job of transitioning in the first year in the league. So credit to them and credit to our guys in terms of, you know, sticking together and fighting each day for each other.
One of those seniors, Gabe, he's been here the longest. He's kind of that elder statesman in this group. Just from your year of being with him, kind of what has been your impression of how he is as an athlete, not only as an athlete, but, you know, as a teammate to these guys?
I think top to bottom, like not only Gabe, but everybody in our program, we got great teammates. We got guys that really lean on each other, build each other up. You know, everything ain't going to be all rosy every day. So, you know, that's critical in the game of basketball, especially this time of year when especially as a coaching staff and walking into the gym feeling like, man, I'm going to get the best out of these guys. You know, it's not a drag to be out there. I'm excited to go out there with these guys each and every day. And this time of year when things are hard for certain teams and coaching staff really doesn't want to look at their players, it can go south really quick. But right now, I can't wait to get on the practice floor today to mix it up with these guys, because I know I'm going to get a great attitude out of them, and they're fighting for something.
And just last question for me for Katie and Caleb. Just, you know, you knew the expectations, you know, preseason for this team, predicted to finish last year, and now you're in that fight to be able to try and get a first-round bye. Just kind of what are your thoughts going into this last week of the regular season with that opportunity to get a first-round bye to improve that standing?
I think, honestly, we're kind of not peaking, but we're starting to incline at the right time, and that's something we talked about early on in the season. Like, yeah, you want to be good or best as possible early in the season, so you have like that high standing. But like towards the end of the season is when it really matters. Like if everybody, not only individually but together, can reach that peak at the same time, then you have a lot of momentum going into the conference tournament. So just riding the high hand we got right now.